Hi, everyone. So I was told that in order for me to be accepted back on the podcast, I had to issue a formal apology. I'd like to first apologize to the audience at large. First, Jordy went missing, then suddenly I showed up, but you accepted me with open arms. And not even 3 weeks in, I vanished. And for that, I'm very sorry, and I will never abandon you again. To Brendan, I'm sorry because without me, who would be your rival for presenting One Piece facts? To Christian, I'm sorry because without me here, no one would encourage you to commit on your picks for things like Golden Ham and the like. Lastly, but certainly not least, I need to apologize to Dylan. I'm sorry I let you down. For all the hard work and dedication you put into this podcast, me not showing up last week is nothing less than disrespectful. I hope you can forgive me. P.S. Jordy, please stop leaving the toilet seat up at night. I keep falling in and getting stuck.
My God, that was beautiful.
God damn it, that's awesome.
Actually, though, since we're on the topic, I've just received a notice from the producer, who is absent this week. So I'm gonna let's read this. Dear the people, sorry I keep missing podcasts. I swear to make it up to the audience. Anyway, enough buggy declowning. Time to step this into second gear.
He's a phantom. Yo, Denny Fenton, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine designed to view a world unseen. He's gonna catch 'em all cause he's Danny Phantom. When it didn't quite work, his folks, they just quit. Then Danny took a look inside of it. There was a great big flash, everything just changed. His molecules got all rearranged. Phantom. When he first woke up, he had realized he had snow white hair and glowing green eyes. He could walk through walls, disappear, and fly. He was much more unique than the other guys. It was then Danny knew what he had to do. He had to stop all the ghosts that were coming through. He's here to fight for me and you. He's gonna catch 'em all cause he's Danny Phantom. Gonna catch 'em all cause he's Danny Phantom. Gonna catch 'em all cause he's Danny Phantom.
Did he sing it? If he didn't, he's dead to me. If he did...
Wait, that was his line to you?
Shut up.
Audience, consider us even.
God damn it. He wanted to know if I would commit. And his line to you was, if he didn't do it, then whatever. But if he did, keck. I got him to do the entire Danny Phantom bit.
I read this, I literally asked him, I said, will I know when to do this? Brendan sings a lot.
God damn it! I was played!
And he goes, it's gonna be a little obvious. And I'm like, you have no idea how not obvious this is gonna be.
Yeah, it was, though.
I love how he picked the Danny Phantom one, too. He could have picked, like, I don't know, SpongeBob or like, you know, Fairly Odd Parents. I thought that there was a reason he picks Danny Phantom. I'm thinking like we're mourning him or we're calling him a ghost or something.
Yeah, no, that's good because he tricked you into thinking about like the ghost from that Usopp saw.
Oh my God. I thought this, and at the end of the day, this was all just a fucking play. I hate you, Jordy. God damn it. Even when you're not here.
You got.
At the end of the day, I still have this stage. I still have this platform. And
you still have this summary.
The gang goes camping. Alright, just kidding. While our heroes party it up with a group of cloud wolves, the recent events in Skypiea are starting to form a clearer picture. We learn that the island blasted into the sky via the knockup stream was seen as a miracle phenomena by the people of Skypiea. So they took the land and forced the people living in it to exile for 400 years. During his time as God of Skypiea, Gonfall attempted to finally end the Shandorian and Skypiean War. Unfortunately, but understandably, Wiper refuses the peace talks. Something about suffering for generations just doesn't sit well with him. Lastly, Eneru finally shows himself, enjoying the misery of both ally and foe. So, I actually feel like we might have watched a couple too many episodes this
Honestly,
week.
same.
We got, all right, at the end of the day, let's sum it up. In the main points are, we now know the villain a lot better than we did. We know the history of the war and the people in it. And we also got a lot of information on what they call Skypiean warfare, which is what they do with like the dials and why everyone has these weird fucking powers up here. So there's a lot going on here. What did you guys think of these eps?
They were pretty funny.
Pretty solid. Lots and lots of exposition.
Exposition.
And that's the other thing. The gags in this was great too. So fun fact, episode 166, that's the episode where the gang goes camping. This is another one of my absolute favorite feel-good eps that is just the absolute pillar of what makes this stupid series the funniest
I had
shit.
a feeling that would be mentioned here somewhere, since I know you have that list.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is like, so of course my list starts with like happy episodes and it slowly gets to like the sadder ones, because normally when I watch these particular eps, it's because
That's a pretty happy one.
This is a very happy one. This is like usually number 2 or 3 right after the Robin joins the crew ep. To be completely honest with you, the Robin joins the crew is like my number 1 feel good episode. This is like 2 or 3, and I just love this. I mean, why are we partying with a bunch of anthropomorphic wolves out of
These
fucking nowhere?
fucking wolves. What is this?
Fucking wolves here, and I just love that it was like, because we haven't had that Chopper bit in a little while, right? We lost Eyelash and we lost the other ducks, so we don't really have an opportunity for Chopper to do the thing. So these wolves just come out of fucking nowhere, and they're like,
You jerks are being so loud we can't even hunt. Why don't you dumbass humans go to hell and sleep already?
Who's a dumbass?
I didn't say it was a wolf.
These wolves are talking like gang leaders and like a mafia or like something
Yeah.
like that. And they're just like you have the strong, edgy type, which Nami, I think, was it Nami that punched it?
Yeah.
I think it was Nami.
Yeah, it was.
And like immediate respect after that.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of like that your neighbor coming over to stop you from having your giant frat party, and you just like, instead of saying anything, you just like hand out a joint. and they go, well, shit, why don't you lead with that?
Except, Nami just offered a right hook.
right. And I mean, like, this episode also has, it does have like a bunch of like good stuff too. We got to see that Nami pieced together that the Jaya downstairs is the same as the Jaya upstairs or whatever by putting the maps together.
So Jaya, that's the name of the island on the Blue Sea, right?
Yes.
Right.
So does Jaya stand for jaw?
Oh.
Because technically that would be the jaw.
Well,
of...
the jaw is what's in the sky. Jaya is...
No, it's the other way, because the eyeballs are where the treasure is.
Yes.
Oh,
way.
sorry. Yes, you're right.
It sounds eerily reminiscent of jaw, and it's the jaw of the skull.
The Japanese meme on Jaya is that it literally translates, if you were to see the kanji, it translates to literally the town of ridicule or something like that.
Right.
So if Jaya sounds like jaw, I think it's just kind of a happy accident. But that could be another absolute meme that Oda put in there, like, Keck. No, he's notorious for having a lot of those like little one-off Easter eggs that, break the language barrier. He's no stranger to it. I can't confirm that was intended. But I mean, shit, dude, like, give him the pass. He clearly it must have been.
Golf clap, everyone. Golf clap for Oda.
Go clap. Yes, good job, Oda. I'm proud of you. Your memes. And no, but so we got that little bit where, Nami's like, all right, so we got these maps together. Check it out, dude. It's the skull. It's the fucking skull. So we know where the treasure is. We're a fucking big brain out here. And we got that moving forward. We also got all these gags with the crew hanging out together. Luffy's like looking over Sanji's shoulder over the fucking soup. And then Sanji's like, you literally just got done eating a whole fucking shark, dude. Can you relax for 3
that was an
minutes?
appetizer, though.
The whole bit of like putting rocks in the soup, because that's like an actual thing. And then like, Luffy's like, why are you adding rocks? I can't eat those or whatever.
And it was so cute too when Robin comes out of nowhere with like this giant fucking gem, and then everyone's like, oh dude, you just found a bunch of money. And Robin's like, no, don't worry, this is just a salt crystal. And then Sanji's like, this is the best. Now we can have delicious tasting food instead of the slop I normally make.
Or even before that, where like they put Chopper and Zoro come out the woods with all these ingredients and stuff. Nami's like, Chopper's got a bowl full of like vegetables and fruits and aloe and stuff, and Zoro's like, I got rats and a frog. And Nami's like, wait, whoa.
Disgusting! You don't expect us to eat that mess, do you?
Oh, silly me. Nami, I promise. I'll take the garlic out.
The garlic's the only good thing!
Is our navigator having another meltdown?
Very careless of me. No garlic.
It kind of reminded me of a Demolition Man. Have you guys ever seen that movie?
I have
Cannot say I have.
So there's a scene in Demolition Man where they go, it's about like a hyper, like super friendly like future where like crime is quote ridden, but really what it is all the crime just went underground essentially. And there's a scene where they ban meat, for example, in the future is what the whole joke is. And so they go to the underhive, and the guy's like, oh my god, a burger, finally, oh my god, I haven't had a burger. They're eating. He goes, do you know what that is? And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, do you see any cows anywhere? And so he asks her in Spanish, like, what's this made out of? And she goes, it's a rat. And he goes, this is a rat burger? Yeah, it's a rat burger. He's like chewing, thinking about like what he's eating. He takes another bite.
Huh?
That's a pretty good rat burger.
Mean rat burger right there.
And then they're just like chilling around the fire, and they gave Nami glasses for like this one joke where they're finally done explaining everything, and she's like, and we get the money, and she does like the anime pushes up her glasses thing, and you get the glint that goes across, except it's belly signs.
They go out of their way to give her glasses for this one fucking episode. She's never needed glasses.
I wouldn't be surprised if we never get it again either.
I love that bit because like I love how people have adapted that in real life for like posing for photos where like they actually put lights in their glasses and everything like that to blind them temporarily for the look.
And then we also get one of my favorite jokes in this whole series. I don't know why, but I just love it. There's the part where Robin, who like, let's remind everyone at home, for Devin and Crystal, it's not much of a reminder as it is just facts. She is very new to this, and she is being involved and absorbed into a culture with these idiots that is very unlike anything she's
Did you
ever
just
been
call
a
me
part
Crystal?
of before. Christian? Crystal? Whoever you are?
He called me Crystal.
He called you Crystal?
No. He didn't call you Crystal. He's just making a shout out to Crystal. Don't worry.
No,
don't worry.
he was referring to me.
What? No.
No, he was talking about me.
Yeah, you don't got any proof, so moving on. There's this really good bit. There's this great bit where, Robin is a newcomer to this culture, right? These guys are fucking morons. And, Robin has this line where she's like, well, we might want to, snuff the fire out because we wouldn't want to give away our location to the rest of the goons and our enemies out there. And then Usopp and Luffy, who they give you a joke, like they give you the what do you call it? Like the red herring at first. You think they're like, well, Rob, no, you're an idiot. We can't do that. Clearly you don't understand what's going on right now. And then Robin like looks back and she's like,
What are you two saying?
You're always supposed to have a campfire when you camp. That's what makes it camping.
Flame fighting through all this wilderness.
They're like groveling at her feet. It's amazing because like for maybe 2 seconds, Robin is genuinely interested in like what could they possibly need the fire for. That's so important.
like that she knows that they know something or that they have a plan, and then they just start groveling at her feet like idiots.
and then it shoots straight into the wolves too, because then immediately the wolves come out of the woods.
Anyway, I love the shit out of 166. That was like its own beast. We didn't really get a whole lot of meat out of it other than just...
Well, they did do a lot of info dumping, like with a Gonfall.
Gonfall explains why Verth, aka just dirt.
That's not that episode.
Well, it's a mixture. So he explains the Civil War a lot more in detail in a following episode, but we can talk about it all at once right now since we're already here. He mentions that this looks a lot like the dirt that you have on the seafloor, but this is a very strange thing to us. We don't really get this kind of stuff, and when we had it in this fucking volume, like this is an extremely sacred thing, and we don't really delve into how that reflected back on the Shandorians until like a later episode. But he did start mentioning that like we call it Verth here, and since we like barely ever see it, it's extremely sacred to us. And with a area of this much surface and volume, you could say that this is like the holy grail of Verth or something like that. And we certainly like it up here.
When he started off, there's something he said. He said, Island Cloud doesn't raise plant life, but can raise plant life, but doesn't give birth to it. And I was very confused by that because he was trying to explain like why Verth is so important there.
I imagine it's like a potted plant where it's like you could take like a potted plant and you could put it, or you could take a plant, you could put it in a pot and it will grow. But if it's like because it doesn't have the nutrients necessarily to sustain itself, it's harder to just start a bud by itself. And so the reason why Verth is probably so important is because the seeds, like they need the nutrients that are in dirt, because like that's really important for agriculture. And it's like when you're growing a plant, like that's my assumption is like what they're doing is like what the Skypieans would do probably is my thought or my theory is that they would take the plant, grow it on the Verth, get it started, and when it's sustainable to be just like put in a potted plant full of just water or whatever, which is what the clouds technically really are, they would just go or pull, plop, and then they could continue reusing the dirt so that it wasn't wasted necessarily. That's my theory. So it's like that's like the whole like, oh, that's why it grows from something. It's not that it's literally growing from something, because nothing comes or you can't get something from nothing technically by equivalent exchange.
I think the point that we're supposed to understand is that, like, even when we saw Gonfal's garden and when he was growing his pumpkins or whatever that he was so very proud of, I'm pretty sure his garden did have actual dirt in it. So we have to start realizing that dirt, funny enough, in this culture is really a finite resource. It's like mining for gold or mining for oil or something. You know, what's funny about this is that now it's dirt, right? Like, it's fucking dirt, but they treat it like it's one of the most valuable resources like imaginable. But to be fair, it's pretty necessary if you want to sustain life. So
I mean, have you played Minecraft Skyblock Survival? Dirt is pretty integral.
Oh, I hate Skyblock.
Nah, Skyblock's great. I love too, like in like 168 when they go their separate ways finally, and like Gonfal's chilling on the ship. They're going around like talking about him like he's not even there, calling him Weird Knight and Old Man, and then he's like, "My name's Gonfal." And also, shall I talk a little bit about this land's history now? Like, he's been waiting like 3 episodes to drop plot finally, and they all shut up long enough for it. This is the first time anyone's been so forward with plot progression with the character, so...
Hey, would you like an exposition dump? I have it available for you. Please talk to my NPC, said the DM.
That's exactly what's happening.
Literally what's happening.
It's like, I think I'm going to go talk to Boblin the Goblin.
This is where the producers are telling Oda, he's like, all right, so we do need to actually tell the story of these people. And then Oda's like,
fuck you, I'm putting a campfire episode.
I want to imagine that they're like at the round table being like, all right, so we need to start thinking about how we're going to introduce like the main backstory. And then Oda's just like, I mean, I could just have him like tell Usopp.
Anthropomorphic wolves first, though.
What I love about the whole information dump, or what's it called now? The sequence essentially is the fact that not everybody hears it.
Right,
which is very inconvenient for the people who are going to be affected by it directly.
Robin, Chopper, and Luffy still know fuck all about everything.
Exactly, and it's like, of all the people to need to know about this information, Usopp, Nami, and fucking Sanji are the only ones.
Nami is important. I think that it's good that Nami knows, and Sanji, out of all of them, honestly, of the guys at least, he's the only one who ever gives a fuck. So, at the very least, if you get Sanji in on the game, you know that at least one of the dudes is going to, like, be in the know of certain events.
I mean, I feel like Usopp cares a lot of the time, too.
But like, I mean, like, if Luffy knows that there's a weapon that could literally just nuke him and the enemy at the same time, of course Luffy's gonna want to know a little bit about that, I would assume. But then again, I'm also thinking about this fucking monkey who doesn't understand basic directions. so I am shooting myself in the foot with this logic.
If Luffy did find out that they had like a massive laser in the sky somewhere, he wouldn't even want to go up there to break it. No. He would be like, did you say laser? He just wants to see it.
Speaking of lasers, I did want to branch a little bit into that with Eneru. I think I know what that big ass laser from the sky is now.
I also have an idea, but go ahead.
So when we first are introduced to Eneru, he comes in like through a lightning bolt, and so I'm assuming he has a devil fruit power of like the lightning fruit or something like that. I'm assuming.
I think this is astute.
I would agree.
So my theory is, since he has that mantra that he could sense that whole area, he's able to control lightning to that severity of power. And so what that laser beam wasn't necessarily a laser beam. It was just...
It's a giant fuck off bolt of lightning.
Exactly. Even though it doesn't come down how traditionally lightning comes down, because it's all like zigzagging and shit, it was just that refined control.
Yeah, right. He's got control over lightning.
I'll take this a step further. Just recount the idea that he is basically the human incarnation of the Japanese god of lightning anyway. Raijin.
Yes.
Because he's got the 4 drums on his back as well.
Well, I mean, his whole outfit is like very reminiscent of like almost every single god on that side of the continent.
I thought I was the fat guy here. What? Now people are taking my thunder? Okay.
This is what we're here for. So I want to interject because I know that Justin, okay, for the folks at home, Justin has he's got his guns loaded and ready on this, but I want to interject first and intervene and get my 2 cents out. So what I really like about Eneru is that, yes, he's introduced and he's very clearly inspired through Raijin because of the fucking like drummy things that he's got that he wears somehow or whatever. And he's also got like a super big staff. He's got puffy pants like a Buddha. And what I find very fascinating about this, so I remember when we were first talking about, how this society is like very Christian inspired and how Gonfall is like supposed to be kind of like seen as like more of like a Christian faith god. But then in comes this new god named Eneru. And I asked Christian, how do we feel like that this all relates back to the culture? And his impression was that the son usurps the father. I still won't say that is not necessarily true, but I like the addition here that now we see that there are almost 2 gods that could theoretically exist simultaneously, the Christian god and the Japanese god of thunder. And the Japanese god of thunder one day came up and was like,
"You made this? I made this."
Because his whole outfit is like it's like a mixture of like, again, like I agree, like it's a mixture of like almost every single like Eastern god that there is. Like you got Rama like clothing, like his pants remind me of like Indian god like wear. His earlobes, his being super long, just like in Hindu gods, or not Hindu, Buddhist gods. Like all the cultures just smush, and like Godfall is like the mixture of like all Western gods, where he's got that Zeus beard, he's got the obviously he's a knight, so he's very Anglo-Saxon god or Norse god look. So it's like the mixture of like the Western culture and Eastern culture, and it's like representing them both. I don't necessarily think that they're related. I'm going to say that for that theory, I don't think that they're related because they did express that Eneru came from one of the upper Skypiea places, from what I understood.
I had a different idea. I don't know, because my only problem with that is maybe I just didn't see it because there's a lot of white up there. I don't remember seeing wings on Eneru, so I'm willing to believe that he's not from from the Sky Island though.
Yeah, he's not from. I know he's not from Skypiea.
Skypiea is just this one island that we're on, but there are other Sky Islands that exist that we don't know the names of.
Right, and that's where I'm assuming that they came from. And I'm assuming those other Sky Islands are on different levels in Skyland. Because, like, when we think about it, like looking at the Giants, or what's the word for them again? It was really
Shandorians.
Shandorians, there we go. The Shandorians, they weren't originally from the sky. They were from the blue sea. So, like, you can assume, like, based off of, like, I'm assuming crossbreeding, as we'll call it, for this shit of me, that's where they got their wings from. So like seeing Eneru coming from a different plane and not having wings isn't outside
the realm of possibility, right? Yeah. If he was from some Sky Island, as of right now as an audience, we don't really have a reason to believe that he wouldn't at least have something related to wings of some kind. It seems like that is an inherent trait of all sky people, I guess. They might have different variations of it.
I'm pretty sure that Eneru is from the Blue Sea, because he doesn't have wings, and he showed up here, what was it, like 8 years ago or whatever?
Yeah.
It very much seems like Skypiea is kind of like the beginning of like where you end up, like in terms of getting to Skyland. Like how like the first couple islands in the Grand Line, you run into those. You run into like Lowtown and shit.
Like this might be like an earlier island in the sky version of the Grand Line.
Essentially, yeah.
But like for me, like I feel like it would be vastly more entertaining if like he came from like even deeper or further up in the Skyland, because I have that feeling like the wings and everything are like a closed like subject of Skypiea, Jaya, the island, God Island of
That's
Eneru,
fair.
or whatever it is. Like I feel like that's like it's not out of the realm of possibility that Eneru came from up, not from down. Because I feel like if he was on the Grand Line, people would know about that dude being able to shoot fucking lightning to the with like He would like with that kind of power, you would assume that someone like that would be on the same level as like Crocodile, I would assume.
Facts, dude.
Say he didn't, and he disappeared off the face of the earth 8 years ago, and now we don't hear about him because it was 8 years ago.
They would have had something, a wanted poster, something.
We don't see wanted posters until it's convenient to the plot. What are you talking about?
You're right. You're right. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't think he's from the Blue Sea. Like,
I'm gonna go on. That's fine. We can be on opposite sides of this. Though I'm just going on record here, and I'm saying he's from the Blue Sea.
You got it.
You got it. Now time for my facts.
The rabbit dog.
Okay. Well, there's only like...
But before you start, did you know? I'm sorry. I saw my opportunity. I took it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. There's just a lot of stuff that I could mention, but I should wait for later down the line where it's more appropriate. What I will mention is the two deities that weren't mentioned is Enel's name, or the Enel version of his name, is inspired in part by I lost my train of thought. There is ancient Mesopotamian deity Enlil, and or possibly the Semitic deity known as El or El. I'm not sure how to pronounce that properly. El/El is commonly used as commonly used in like biblical names like Michael and Raphael.
Yeah, El is like the name for like angels and everything.
Yeah, to set like just bring meaning of like honor to God and things like that.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Are you telling me that there's been a joke in Death Note all this time that I had no idea about?
Maybe.
Oh, with L?
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought.
Bro, I feel like that Death Note has secretly had a double entendre the entire time I never knew about.
I wouldn't be surprised entirely because of the fact of L is from a Western culture.
That's a pretty big think meme too.
I bet somebody out there already knew all this and they're just like, wow, these guys are fucking morons. Sorry, continue, Justin.
Second fact, Enel is actually the name of Italy's third largest, or rather just largest electricity provider. Also, apparently they have a branch in Japan.
I actually love that fact. That's a really good fact.
That's a pretty good one.
My last rumor, I won't call it a fact because it seems very unsubstantiated, but I want to say it anyway. Allegedly, according to someone in the universe,
I think it's the same fact I have.
Eneru's design with his beach blonde hair and his do-rag allegedly was inspired by Eminem.
Yes!
Oh.
That is my fact.
You're kidding me.
I am not kidding you. Yes. No, this is actually facts. In an SBS, Oda has mentioned, oh yeah, no, dude, when I was like coming up with the storyboarding for Skypea and I came up with, my villain, for some reason I really felt like making him look like Eminem. I just liked that vibe. So I made him like Eminem.
If you're the real God, please stand up. Please stand up.
Please stand up. Please stand up.
Oh my God.
Yes, dude. So from now on, just know that the villain of our story here is literally Eminem.
Is Eminem with lightning powers.
Dude, I love it. It's one of my favorite stupid facts.
That is awesome.
In fact, it's actually one of the reasons why I'm kind of sad that Jordy is not here, because I knew he and I were going to get a massive kick out of telling you guys. I'm glad that Justin also just stumbled upon this in his research.
I stumbled upon it and I just thought it was some like whacked out fan on their own independent wiki just writing nonsense.
Oda does take a lot of inspiration for a lot of people. Similarly, like how Crocodile was inspired through what's his name?
Captain Hook.
Sorry, Captain Hook. Thank you.
Wayne the Rock
Crocodile
Johnson.
was very heavily inspired by through Captain Hook or whatever. So when he was writing Eneru, he was just like, I think I want to make Eminem a villain. I feel that.
I couldn't be happier about this fact.
From now on,
awesome.
we have a Buddhist Raijin Eminem as our villain. That's all I have.
Wait, does this confirm that Eminem is God?
Oh, yeah.
He is in fact a rap god.
We did it.
End the podcast. We're done. There's nothing else to be said.
Here, wait, hang on. I'm the singing guy. Let me pull up.
This is before Rap God, way before Rap God even came out.
But hold on, we're still gonna go for it. Rap God.
You already sang once this episode. We don't need more.
Wait, is this where I say my line?
Stop it.
Say the line.
Did he sing it?
Fuck him.
If he didn't, he's dead to me. But if he did,
Check.
Okay.
Also, I want to put a little footnote here. for maybe come back to this in the far, far future if we ever keep doing this.
Yes.
There is a
We will.
character that people like to make a meme about that looks like Drake. Let's go revisit this when we get there.
Wait, we haven't seen him yet?
No,
though.
you won't see him for a very long time.
All right, well, then why are we mentioning it? Now I'm going to be looking for Drake.
Good. You should.
Anyway, so we've got.
What are we talking about?
There's the mystery person that we need to talk about, and I have a theory.
Okay,
Go
well, hang
on.
on. Before you get there,
All right, don't go on.
in the sake of cohesion, should we go back to the Shandorians
Yes.
so
yes,
that we
should.
can just talk about our Shandorian stuff, and then we'll get back to the ship. We mentioned the Shandorians, who, as Devin stated, so they were the original inhabitants of the island, right? That they were.
Strong Native American vibes intensify.
Oh, yeah.
You come in and steal our land and you want us to cohabitate all of a sudden? Fuck you.
Oh man,
Absolutely
there's a
not.
massive parallel there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a little blatant.
The outfits weren't enough. The teepees weren't enough. Now we got to bring in the politics.
So, and what's hilarious to me is that, again, this is a very Christian, heavily inspired culture,
Hello, yes, it's me.
and we have the Westerns who have essentially seen land appear that they've never heard of before, and went, "Huh, this is mine now."
This is yours. This is mine.
So yeah, we got the Shandorians were the original inhabitants of the island, and this is going back to what I was talking with Christian before. Remember, Christian, we had that talk of evolution and how they must have evolved to not use wings. And I told you, well, evolution plays a part into this, but what if I told you that motherfuckers evolved to have wings?
Right. They evolved to have useless wings. Sure.
Yeah.
I'd much more believe that Romeo and Juliet from the Shandorians and the Skypieans just kind of banged at some point, and now all the Shandorians have wings, but sure. But why? I mean, the point would be why. The wings have yet to have a purpose. So why would they in 400 years of genetic evolution why would the human body in that 400 years feel the need to grow those wings? It doesn't make any sense.
That's genetic. It has nothing to do with evolution. Your evolution theory does not fit this at all.
Well, to be fair, genetics is just another form of evolution.
In a sense, but it's short term.
It's natural. Sex is very natural.
I'm gonna punch both of you. I feel like we're about to learn that this is just a fashion statement. Like this is just like the wings aren't even real.
I have one theory that we haven't touched upon yet, surprisingly. What if 400 years ago, there was just a massive supply of Red Bull?
It came up with these Shandorians.
Yeah, and then, over time, they just couldn't reproduce it, and now the wings have diminishing effects.
So the Shandorians, this is their land. They were here first, but then freedom happened, and lo and behold, it no longer belongs to them.
They got freedom.
Manifest destiny, if you will. Also, now we're here talking about this, there was a moment during those negotiation talks that didn't really make sense to me at the time, so I had to look it up. If anyone recalls, Wiper's talking to Gonfall, and Wiper just says, like, you can leave now, like, we're done here.
Are you about to say what I think you're about to say?
Maybe. So Gonfall says, Wiper, wait.
Oh, no.
I would like some pumpkin juice. And Wiper loses his mind and just goes at him like scalded dog. And at first that doesn't make sense. To me, at least. And I looked it up, and apparently pumpkins are sacred to Shandorians. And I guess deducing from that, Wiper just assumed Gonfall was making fun of him and his culture, so now he just had to kill him.
And I just want to say quickly that my sub said, Gonfall said, I love pumpkin juice.
When he was telling them like the history, they were like, well, wait a minute. So you're the bad guy here. So I'm still looking for a Panda Man in the main episodes. We did kind of see one. We kind of saw one technically in the new OP. I'll say that. But by the way, we got a new OP and a new ED. We don't have to spend too much time on it.
Wait, we did?
The last episode, 169, featured a new
I
OP.
didn't catch it.
Bon voyage!
I actually really like this one.
Yeah, actually, I mean, to be fair, okay, so I think this opening is the last. There might be one more. I think this is the last opening that the dub did in English, like with the OPs or whatever, and then they just started doing like the normal Japanese ones. To be honest, The last one we just had is my favorite English OP, personally, which I know is a very minute audience because you fucks are heathens.
Yeah, I didn't particularly enjoy the last one either that much.
I actually enjoyed it a lot.
I like the opening of it with the narrator, because narrator OP. Actual song is a bit flat.
The world. What a glorious place.
Gold Roger, in fact. But why did we go there? Oh, there was a Panda Man, if we want to count it. Because didn't we say before that when we see Panda Men and OPs that we're going to count it as like the first time we see an OP?
Fuck it, why not?
All right, so we got one.
I got a Panda Man. Put it in the books.
In the OP, you'll see when they're like their little cartoony ways, like floating on the water or whatever in that weird like rendition. You'll see, I think it's like Luffy or Usopp or somebody who's like fishing on the back, and there's a Panda Man being pulled.
I just feel like Panda Man's not going to show up in the show at this current point. Like this title intro is going to be used for quite some time, I assume. And so, like, for Skypiea, I don't think we're going to see a physical Panda Man on screen.
You're trying to justify the appearance of Panda Man?
Yes!
We don't care.
Because everywhere else, when he shows up, he's always in a highly populated place, and it is not out of the nature for them to be there for these random-ass people. I wouldn't be surprised to see fish people in Alabasta, because that wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. And Skypiea, different story.
But what if I told you, Devin, memes?
Yeah, right. I think you're putting too much logic into when Oda just kind of feels like it.
I put too much logic into something.
You're right. You're very
Especially
right.
like my mystery person repairing the ship theory. Oh man, is that a stretch?
Nice segue.
So I think we've covered all we need to talk about with the Shandorians. Let's move on. So Devin, explain to us, who do you think fixed the ship?
So we know that the god, the divine guard, I think is what they're called. They're mostly goat people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
My theory stands as this. Who gave them the Going Merry?
Oh.
Wow.
All right.
What was the man like when he gave them the Going Merry?
That's a very good. It's a very
Divine Guard go back.
Dying.
God damn it. That's good. That was really good. All right. The only other major topic, if we haven't talked about enough already, sky warfare. So, I actually really like when Gonfal's taking the time to like explain to Sanji and the crew, like, hey, by the way, because we're assholes, we also found a way to weaponize all of these cool trinkets up here. As people do in society, they always find a way to make weapons out of the most minute
you mean
shit.
like gunpowder?
That doesn't sound like humans at all.
Us? No.
So now we understand how Satori was able to do this massive attack on Sanji and Luffy and Usopp. He had infused some impact dials into his hand, which are notorious for being able to absorb blows and reflect them in full and do massive amounts of damage.
Those things must be
inside.
tiny.
Yeah, dude. No, those things
you don't
are fucking...
notice them at all.
Well, no. I think it's underneath the glove. Is what you're supposed to understand.
It doesn't mean anything to me. It still needs to be tiny to not make any sort of like imprint, I guess, or outline.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that it's kind of funny that they don't do an imprint, but
There's
I will
no
say
indication.
Between Wiper and Satori, who are the only ones who have used a form of this kind of dial so far, and Gonfal, they're always wearing something to cover their hands on their character. I think they literally do that specifically so they don't have to write them in.
Of course they do.
Drawing fingers is hard.
So I respect it. But so we got the impact dial. We know that the guy with the spear, we know he had a heat dial now. And he also had a flame dial inside of his bird, which is really fucking metal.
And I was very sad when they revealed that. I thought it was just a really cool bird from the sky.
Yeah, no, it's sad for our perspective because, man, a fire-breathing bird, I mean, it's so cool.
Actually.
We do not have a fire-breathing griffin like we thought we did.
Turns out birds are fake. That's just the gas tank in his mouth.
Never lucky, bro.
That's just a gas tank in his mouth.
Pure diesel energy.
Propane and propane accessories.
So the only really good information that we got out of this, well, I mean, it was all good information, but the only other major dial that we had that was mentioned that Wiper does have is reject dial, which is the patented anime trope of if you hit me with something, I will reflect it back at 10 times the power.
I have a stupid theory for the reject dial. What's going to happen in the future?
What's that?
Go on.
So we know that Luffy's gonna have to figure out how to fight lightning at some point.
Sure.
We already come on. It's the show. We know it's One Piece. It's about Luffy.
Do we though? I feel like the answer's right in front of us, right? He's rubber.
This would give him a reason to be able to have a ranged attack against him.
Sure. Very true.
What kind of dial are we using? We're giving Luffy a reject dial? Is that what's happening?
That's what I think is gonna happen. He's gonna defeat Wiper in the next set of episodes. He's gonna take the dial with him because lol memes, and then he's going to use the reject dial to defend against that super duper lightning bolt from the sky.
Yeah.
Absorb the energy from it,
Okay.
and be like, "Hey, you reverse Uno card."
I feel like he should be immune to his own substance.
No,
but-
Christian. No. I can't wait for us to get to the episode where Devin's proven right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I also cannot wait for the episode where Devin's proven right that that Luffy is big brain enough
This is
to...
something stupid that Luffy would do. He'd be like,
No,
this is mine
I agree
now.
with you, but I don't think that's how he's gonna kill or end.
He's not going to end him that way. He's just going to weaken him from saying that you can't use that magic against you. Fight me with your fist, bitch. Like, that's where I was going to go, essentially.
You see the spirit of Goku behind him go like, yes, put your hands together, my son.
I can't believe we're doing this Dragon Ball Z bit 2 episodes in a row.
You're telling me that they're throwing energy waves at each other and it's super powerful? It's Dragon Ball. Like, and of all the anime characters to be considered God, Goku isn't one of them. I'm sorry. And we already know that Goku meets Luffy in One Piece.
Jordy's not here. I'm gonna be the one to break your heart here. That was filler. Just so we're clear.
I don't know.
Okay.
It sounded like canon to me.
Oh my god.
Will we even
Just
see
stop
it? Is it like in regular episodes or is it like a movie-ish
Yeah,
kind of
it
thing?
is. No, it's a regular episode. I know where it is. We're not anywhere near it.
No,
but I
we're
know where
not.
it is.
Not at all.
We are not anywhere near that episode. That's like good old 800 and some. That's a bit away, but regardless, we're getting there slowly but surely.
I am certainly more excited for the continuation of this arc now more than ever because of these two opposing theories. I just want to see play out.
I agree wholeheartedly because but the first 20 episodes, I was so fucking bored. I was like, there's nothing happening. Like, there's nothing being explained. They're just like doing things for the sake of doing things. And now we're in that moment where it's like, oh, I could turn on big think brain goat mode.
I will still say I defend these last several episodes because it has great gags. And honestly, I still love the shell shock factor of being in like the first time you're exposed to, you know, Oda's vision of what a sky land looks like. I still think has a lot of merit and has a lot of, you know, funness to it. I'd recognize that it definitely doesn't have enough impact to last a 20 episode focus,
but it does it's still a trudge nonetheless.
Unfortunately, we can't live in a world where we get this kind of detail in this small amount of time, you know, all the time. And glad we got here. I'm looking forward to the future. I agree with Justin. This will be a lot of fun going forward, hearing you two now speculate how our rubber boy will come out on top against this man if he's the one to fight him. Hot take, what if Zoro does it or something?
Absolutely not. Go fuck
Hotter
yourself.
take, what if I told you at some point all of Usopp's lies become true and he's referenced himself as an angel in the past?
I'm not. I see that.
What
That's
if I
fine.
told you, Devin?
But the thing is that doesn't change who Zoro fights.
I don't even care about sword on sword guy. Oda would never pass up the opportunity to go, Luffy's made of rubber. This guy has lightning powers. Idiots.
Idiots.
You cannot convince me. This is going to happen. Oda would never.
I like where everyone's heads are at. Although I will say that Devin's theory about giving Luffy a Kamehameha wave, that does kind of also sound very Oda-like.
That's fine. No, that's fine too. I'm just saying that might not be how he finishes him, considering he should probably be immune to his own element.
Sure, fair.
You didn't see Luffy throwing pocket sand and crocodile to kill him. You know,
I did spit on him.
he spit on him, not pocket sand. Very different.
Damn it, dude. We that's a great meme. Somebody make that fucking pocket sand, but it's Luffy throwing it a crocodile.
And then Crocodile's just sitting there straight faced like, what?
While we're back on Eneru though, I'm surprised nobody decided to ask me and Devin this question. So I'll bring it up myself.
Sure.
Eneru, while he's sitting there lounging on his throne, being fed fruits by his hot lady angels, he makes a prediction about how many people are going to be standing at the end of 3 hours.
Oh, right. Yeah.
5 people.
5 people. I'm going to assume, I'm operating under the assumption that since he's God, he's going to be correct. So I'm not asking the 2 people who have watched these already.
Okay.
Devin, would you like to potentially predict with me who's standing at the end, or at the end of 3 hours?
So we got Luffy, obviously.
We have two easy options because we have Luffy. He's the protagonist. He'll probably be standing. He includes himself in the 81 people, so I'm gonna throw Eneru in there also.
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 more. I'm not confident anymore in one of them because of what happens at the very end of 69. So I had Eneru, Luffy, I keep going between them in my head.
Go ahead.
Eneru 1, Luffy 2. Zoro was an iffy 3 just because he's just like he's the tank and just lives through everything.
He throws a building, dude.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he can cut steel. He can do anything now.
But he can't cut sky animals. Just want to point that out.
He doesn't want to because they're endangered, Justin.
Damn it.
Sky sharks.
My fourth prediction was Wiper. Now, because Luffy is about to fight him, I'm not as confident in that anymore. Now, there is, I suppose, a world where somehow they come to an impasse and don't end up fighting. I don't think it'll happen.
Wow, I like how we're just completely discounting your boy. Like, what if he beats Luffy?
I mean, maybe, but Luffy will stand up again after 3 hours.
All I'm saying is, how many times did he lose to Crocodile when he was fighting him? You have lost to me twice now.
Yeah, Luffy's fucking died on us. Like, he's coming back.
Yeah. So if Wiper does beat Luffy, Luffy gets up after 3 hours, and that technically still counts. So,
On the dot.
Yeah, he gets up at 2:59:59.
I think the theory, or because of just sequence of how they like to do these fight scenes, where they like to do multiple fight scenes at once, which is, so it's going to be Luffy, Eneru, Dogecoin, Zoro.
Huh?
The other sword guy.
His name is Ohm, by the way.
Ohm is his name.
Ohm and Holy, but sure.
Wait,
And
Holy
then-
is the dog's name?
Yes.
Holy is the dog's
Oh
name.
my god, I didn't know that.
Where have you been?
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
To the moon.
To the moon.
moon. And then the 5th person has to be a witness. So I think it's going to be like Nami.
Wait, so you're assuming that at the end of 3 hours that those 2 fights are still going on and then Nami's just kind of there?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I'll take it.
Because like someone has to witness the badassery. I think Sanji's gonna get bopped at the same time as the dude who bites his lip. He's gonna like, they're gonna trade. They're gonna beat each other up.
Mhm.
Sure.
Usopp, come on, do I really?
How do we take care of Robin?
Nico Robin, I think she's gonna get caught off guard. Because she's
Okay.
too broken for this universe.
Right. Agreed. Sorry, I just never miss a beat to remind everyone at home. She is broken as shit.
Like, literally every single time when I'm watching the show with Crystal, I'd be like, hey, Crystal, look at that weird fucking thing. And she'd be like, what the fuck? Is her arms growing out of things? I'm like, yup.
Is that not a really cool idea, though?
I'm like, at first I thought it was stupid as fuck because of the name, but seeing the implication of how it's used, it's growing on me a lot. Her character is growing on me significantly, but
Good,
she
I'm
is
glad.
way too powerful for where the group is at.
Dude,
standing.
so fucking broken. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
The only other thing for a 5th person I can think of besides Nami would be maybe Chopper, but even then, like, I don't think they would, because he would make it to comedy relief when we need a serious person to witness the actions of fighting God.
Yeah,
This is the part.
I surmise that Chopper would probably get got by like the 50 guards or something.
Exactly.
Damn.
He's gonna be sitting with his legs crossed, looking out to the sky right before a big blast comes down to get him, and he'll have a glass of juice to the sky, saying, "I've had a marvelous life."
He's got a glass of pumpkin juice.
Stop.
Like, the only other thing is I can see Chopper, because he's best bros with Zoro, witnessing Zoro's fight and just witnessing the badassery that's gonna be, because we already know it's gonna be a badass fight. So that's my only assumption for like the 5th person's the real wild card, because because we have too many evens.
Yeah, I feel like Wiper just has to be in there somewhere though, right? Like at the end of at the end of 3 hours, like it can be Luffy and Wiper about to confront Eneru together or something like that, right?
I think Wiper, if anything, that is also another candidate for a fifth person watching this, because let's be real, who needs to be motivated to love pirates? Wiper does.
Well, that's fair.
We need that cutscene of, oh my god, so this is what a real pirate is. This is what the pirate way is. This is my ninja way. We need that moment to happen for the Shandorians to, bring in a coexistence into it. So I could see Wiper surviving as well.
I like this discussion. I'm glad that you brought this back to the table, Christian. I completely forgot about this. This is a great bit.
I thought this was an easy softball for one of you to go, hey, what do you guys think of this?
Also, not that this really matters, but I also really like that when we were introduced to Conus, she was kind of introduced as going to be like the new Vivi. I'm so glad that we don't have another Vivi. Like, I love Vivi, but thank God that this story does not require a bae that we latch onto for the entire series.
Speaking of waifu, just real quick, my last pick was Nami. Just because I couldn't think of like a good way they would just like kind of just offer from being there. So I figured Nami would also just be like chilling, going, oh damn.
Yeah, Nami doesn't get like bodied often, does she?
Not very often, no.
Hold on, before moving on, speaking of Nami, I do need to address this because it bothered the shit out of me.
Oh, what's going on?
Nami's pigtails.
What?
Why does that
What about
bother
'em?
you?
I hate it.
Why? She's adorable.
I don't dig it.
I'm on the same boat as Devin.
What is wrong with you two?
Also, she doesn't have nearly long enough hair.
I think it's fine.
I like the pigtails.
Ladies,
In fact,
if you ever meet me, I don't like pigtails. That's it.
Big yikes. Don't show up to our meet and greet in 2 years with pigtails. Justin will sock you.
I don't hate. No problem here.
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah. We got hugs. We got high fives. We got fist bumps. Whatever we're doing in like 2 years.
All right. So next week we're gonna watch 170 to 173, another 4-episode piece. And we'll just go right into the quotes. So who wants to go first on this?
One throwaway quote is when Luffy is fighting Sanji at the campfire about like he's just hungry and he just keeps eating. Robin just like offhandedly goes, referring to his stomach, is like, how uneconomical. And quote we mentioned earlier, but same scene, Sanji to Luffy. Didn't you just roast and eat an entire sky shark? Well, yeah, but that was just to hold me over. And those two gags, I'm just here like, wow, this is me and my mom for like the past 20 years. He's just struggling to feed me. She's like, kid, you need to stop.
I wrote down, I love pumpkin juice because it's just a funny line. Just the biggest, the hottest roast or diss of Skypiean history, just without even really meaning to.
Right.
Just casually starting, restarting a civil war. It's whatever.
Yeah, just igniting the flame under a civil war. No big deal.
I've got a few. I've got one when Nami was explaining the plan to the team, where she was like, does anybody remember what the logbook said about the City of Gold?
Now, does anyone recall what Nolan's log said about the City of Gold?
I do! It's a city of gold!
You're such a dumbass! Do you ever think before you talk?
You know what's funny? So at the very start of this episode, we talked, well, the opening summary, Jordy does the gang goes camping as an Always Sunny joke. Alternatively, I wrote in my notes, the gang looks for gold is one of my jokes that I was going to bring to this cast. What was the next one I had? When fucking Usopp and Nami are navigating the Cloud River or whatever, Usopp asks if we can go faster.
Navigator, pick up the pace!
I'm afraid we can't, Captain Usopp.
Say that again?
I'm afraid we can't.
No, the captain part.
Say that again. And she was like, I'm afraid we can't. And he was like, no, the captain part. Oh, this is another Usopp line. When they were discussing the impact dial, they were talking about like how it stores energy or whatever. Before Sanji hit the hammer on it, Gonfall was saying, yeah, hit it as hard as you fucking can. And Usopp was like, this is Usopp's line. If you blow a hole in my deck, I'll put a hole in you big enough to make a Swiss cheese jealous. I don't know why, I just find that stupid joke hilarious. The only serious one I have, really, that I actually care about was when Gonfall was talking about the dials and describing it as like, this is how we do sky warfare up here. I really like the line specifically where he's like, man has a nasty habit of finding deadly uses for things, no matter how mundane they seem to be.
Right. Yeah. The mature undertones really do like subtly come in, where it's subtle. Where like if you're a kid, you probably wouldn't catch on to them because kids. But like it does catch you off guard as an adult watching it because you're just like, oh shit, they're talking about like ouch, like human history. Oof.
There's a lot of reflective environment going on right now. This is very when Wiper is overlooking the horizon saying, if you don't have the strength to walk over your fallen brothers in combat, then you don't have what it takes to be in this war. And I'm just thinking to myself, if that's not the edgiest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Ain't wrong though.
How tough are you? I ate cereal this morning without milk.
Yeah, that's some 2010 AMV shit right there.
All right, so then Golden Ham it is. Who on earth are we giving the Golden Ham to this week?
Oof.
I have no idea.
God, I have no idea either. We could always give it to Gonfall for being the exposition.
No,
dump.
we can't give it to Gonfall again.
What do you mean, no?
I'm all for exposition, but I'd rather, if we're not going to give it to a serious topic here, like we got plenty of memes to pick from.
You're right. This is facts. We've got a lot of memes going on right
what
now.
if we gave it to Nami for brokering peace between the Straw Hats and the wolves?
And the wolves.
Or even go one step further and give it to the Alpha Wolf himself for being so chill.
That was my only pick I could think of, is the Alpha Wolf.
Are we all in agreement? Alpha Wolf,
Please.
Cloud Wolf
For
for
being
the
so
win?
chill.
I would rather give it to Enaru than give it to the wolf. I'm going to put that
Are
out
you
there
kidding
I
right
feel like
me?
now.
Enru's going to have his spotlight. He's going to have his spotlight later on. This was just his debut. He didn't necessarily do anything in general, except for showing off how powerful he is by not giving a shit.
Skywolf or Nami? Those are my picks.
Oh my God. Why do I hang out with you fucking degenerates?
Because we watch One Piece with you.
You're telling me that no matter who I pick, you guys are just going to go with the fucking wolf at this rate?
Well, I've changed my mind before. If you have a good proposal, I can.
I would rather maybe give it to Usopp.
For what?
What do you mean
Yeah,
for
get
what?
out of here with that shit.
He became a captain. He got the Mary off of the
He
fucking
didn't become
altar.
the captain. He was already the captain.
No, Nami referred to him as Captain Usopp. It was there. You all heard it. All
You
right.
know what
Period.
Captain Usopp did? Risk Chopper's life.
That is true. That is not something a true captain would do.
A true captain would never let his friends get hurt.
He had everything under control. All right. He also asked the question, who fixed the Mary, and heard Gonfall talk about all the exposition.
He didn't solve it, though.
All right. So anyway, I vote the wolf.
All right.
Unanimous
Alpha
decision.
Unanimous Alpha Wolf decision.
God damn it. I
It's
hate
been
it.
a while since we had a unanimous one. This is great. I'm glad we could come to this.
Oh,
I'm glad that this falls into the category of unanimous Golden Ham picks. Alpha Wolf.
I hate it.
I love it. It's great.
Listen, he's got a great thumbnail.
Yeah, that's gonna
That
be a good
fucking
thumbnail.
shit-eating grin. Oh,
Maybe this is too late. We've already decided, but we could double feature them both for brokering the piece together. Nami and the wolf.
he looks at me. I look at him.
Lock eyes from across the room. All right. What do we got this week for our grab bag then?
Justin, would you like to pull the wheel?
Sure.
You know what? Why's it got to be a wheel this week? We got to do something different. Got to pick something else now.
I'm perfectly fine rummaging in my bag for sound effect.
Hey, Justin, I want you see this? I got a bucket here with
Okay.
a bunch of apples in it. I want you to bob. Every one of these apples has a thing on it. So just go ahead.
All right. Okay. Ms. Valentine's Award. Someone give me a towel.
Miss Valentine Award. We got it, baby. Who did we hate
I don't
this
know.
episode?
Honestly, I do have two contenders. Not because of the most hated, but like the ones that have the most going against them. It's between Gonfall and Wiper.
I'm more keen to go for against Wiper for the sake of because he wasn't willing to listen at all during the discussion. Gonfall came in with good intention, while Wiper's like, nah, fuck out of here.
I personally would like to vote Wiper just because he's just big, angry. And this man is just, as Lockie put it, a demon.
He's definitely on the good guy's side. He's justified, but he's a little too aggressive on the matter, maybe. Yeah. You know what? I got a counter here. Remember that time that Usopp used our boy Chopper as bait? Fuck that guy.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Chopper is an angel. He had all of these really good spots. He saw Luffy with a stick and was like, holy, wait, I want a stick. Cutie. Cutie patootie. And Usopp has the gall to use him as bait to get the Mary off that stupid altar.
Less.
And you wanted him for a golden ham.
I don't know what you're talking about. Not me at all.
That doesn't sound like something Brendan would ever say.
That doesn't sound like
Shifty
me at
eyes.
all.
Where's my gavel? It's been approved.
Yeah, no, this is wholeheartedly.
Order in the court for sentencing Usopp for 10 minutes in the shame corner. Say aye.
Aye,
Aye.
Captain.
Who would have thought we'd have 2 unanimous votes in one podcast?
Wow. This is unprecedented
How did we get
news.
here?
Imagine the day that Brendan throws his boy God Usopp underneath the bus.
No one sacrifices Chopper and gets away with it.
Absolutely.
Cue the Starship Troopers meme. I'm doing my part. All right, are we good? Who wants to do the thing?
Follow us on Twitter at Panda Sightings and Instagram. We also have an email where you can contact us, send us questions or whatever. I do recommend following us on Twitter for the sake of it does help us understand our following and who are how where we are currently. That's the only thing I really say. So again, Panda Sightings and both Twitter and Instagram. Our email is pandasightings@gmail.com.
I just saw at the bottom of the gag talking points, Jordy wrote, "Nami in glasses makes my soul go doki doki."
All right, later. We're done. I'm stopping.
Bye-bye.